Pickaxe.
Hello and welcome to YOMP. Ye Old Movie Podcast, the movie discussion podcast where every week we discuss a film that's randomly selected the previous week. This is a very special episode, and I am delighted to be joined by G-Star Games. I'm Simon, by the way. Hi.
Hello, yes, I am G-Star Games, but you can call me G. And with me is Sophie, aka Bouphe.
Hello, and I'm joined by Simon.
Hello, I'm Simon, the Diggy Hole Man.
The Diggy Hole Man, it's him.
Forgot to say my name. I forgot to say my name.
No, I think you did. I think you managed, but...
I did in the end.
We did it. We did it.
We did it.
Well,
so we have
today,
a special one this week.
It only took us how many episodes to get into the very special episode? Four episodes.
4 episodes in, our first Neil Breen movie. His latest movie, well, not his latest, because there's the sequel to this.
Well,
that's actually his latest.
Yes, that's why I we will say that this was one of my choices that got rolled once again. And I selected this one, not because it's my favourite Neil Breen movie, but because it's the latest one, and he has the sequel coming out this year, probably like June.
What's the sequel called for this?
Cade, the Tortured Crossing.
He should have called it Testicular Torsion.
Yeah, he should. Cade's Testicular Tortured Crossing.
Yeah. Okay, so...
but we are talking about Neil Breen's Twisted Pair, which is why...
That's right.
Which is why the testicular torsion joke comes into play.
Bouphe, would you just like to summarise the plot?
I would like to, but I'm not sure it's physically possible to.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not as, straightforward as every other film we've seen thus far. This is the special case.
That's putting it very lightly. I mean, okay, so there's two twins, right? Cade and Cale. And they are very special because they were abducted by aliens or something and modified to become superhuman with loads of cool powers to stop evil.
Now, I'm going to have to stop you already. They're not human, they're humanoids.
Humanoids, which, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Simon. Humanoid, doesn't that just mean human-like?
Humanoid, it means not quite human.
Non-human entity with human form or characteristics.
I think a lot of people think humanoid is the same as hominid, as in related to human, but it's not. It's something that resembles a human, but isn't human. So Neil Breen is using the word humanoid correctly.
He is. He's done his research.
It just sounds weird, though.
Yeah.
That's the least weird thing about this entire thing, but sure.
You think, I'm just going to go on a side note here, right? In Star Trek, they always talk about humanoids. Why do the other races also say humanoid? Shouldn't they be saying, well, that's Klingonoid, that's Romulanoid? Because they know...
It's the universal translator that's changing what they actually say into English. Yeah.
Okie dokie. Thank you for clearing that up. And that's been a great podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone.
So they're humanoids that are trying to stop evil, but Cale got fired because he wasn't very
I'm so glad you're explaining this, because even though I've watched the hour and 28 of this movie, I still, at the very end, had no idea what the hell had happened. So this is brand new,
enlightening
news.
to G as it is to everyone else.
So Cade and Cale, they're trying to achieve the same ends, which is ridding humanity of evil. They just have very different methods.
Yeah.
Cade is
Right.
he's like Superman, James Bond,
Right.
and Kale is a fucking psychopath with a murder room.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. I'm with you now.
Yeah, but I mean, even though this is like maybe my third watch of this film, yes,
What?
I have sat through this film more than
What?
once. I still have 4 pages of notes because I like to do it on paper
Can I
Yeah.
ask?
like an old woman.
Can hear it.
Can
can
I
hear
ask
that paper.
why? Why would you sit through 3 sittings of this movie?
I don't think you can really truly appreciate the nuances. I wrote a note down here, right? It's page 3 of my notes. Me trying to explain Neil Breen is like Lisa Simpson trying to explain jazz to that person in the club. You have to listen to the notes she's not playing. I could do that at home. So you have to listen to the notes that Neil Breen is not playing.
That's very good.
That's so deep.
Oh no, it's a fucking clusterfuck is this film. I just think it's hilarious.
I said to G, trying to figure out this film is like pouring out a packet of cornflakes onto the kitchen table and trying to solve the puzzle and make a picture of a cockerel.
Yeah. A really difficult jigsaw, isn't it? But I've done it.
I'm just gonna put it out there. All my notes have there's a lot of question marks.
Yes.
Like a
Yeah, yeah,
lot. Like
Yeah, a
not-
lot of what? Oh
Yeah.
my god, ha ha ha. What?
And I
Yeah.
think we
Yeah.
will put these notes on the Patreon. I will scan them in because it's pretty fucking
Yeah, I think they're worth a read, honestly.
the especially the fucking my handwriting.
Oh
kinda
yeah, because
goes a
yours
bit-
is handwritten. Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be cool.
the handwriting goes absolutely just nuts.
You should just prop the pages on top of a cat and take a photo.
I probably will do that.
It would
yeah.
make more sense than anything that happened in this movie. So
It's like, where do we fucking start, really?
I don't know
think-
where to start. I didn't even know
I think-
how to start.
We'll start at the beginning and say, what did you think of the really good use of stock footage in this
Christ.
film?
I was so worried that the most of the film was just going to be like B-roll
Yeah.
with like his voiceover. Because
Really?
like
That was your concern.
maybe the first 8 minutes is that. With freeze frames.
Yeah. True.
Both me and G thought that our computers were broken because it would just freeze. The video would just freeze.
So there was actually a point where because I was watching it through my PlayStation through a media server, and
What?
I think it did break, but I didn't realize for a good 5-6 seconds I was still staring at a still picture, just going and then it came up
Yeah.
with a blue screen that says an error has occurred, and I was like, oh, okay, right.
No, but you thought
Oh
it was
my.
just honestly,
I thought it was the film.
the amount of times I was like, is my PC on its way out? Like, what's going on? Why is it freezing so much? Is it VL? Is it the media player? But nope, it was intentional, and I don't know why.
I think most movies, they say every shot is integral to the storytelling of the film.
Bet.
But Neil Breen's doing the opposite.
Yeah, I think
It feels like he's padding it out.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I feel like he's like padding it out because if you really stop and cut out a lot of the scenes that were prolonged, this would have been a very, very short film. There's a lot of just unnecessarily long moments that didn't need to be as long as they were.
Exactly.
There's the bit at the start. There's all the B-roll, and it's like as the B-roll is ending, there's the bit with the eagle.
I love the eagle bit.
The eagle, which is credited. The eagle's credited in the end.
That's base.
And we'll get to the end credits.
Oh yeah, we'll get to the
there.
credits.
We'll get there.
Not
Yet.
G, did you watch the credits, or did you? Switch
I
off?
watched the credits.
Wait,
And
there's
then I
actually
watched them again.
Wait, what?
Right, no, this is great. We'll get to the credits. I was wondering if G watched
Yep.
the credits, but
Of course she didn't. She turned it off the second
Bouphe,
it ended.
I was like counting down the minutes. I was like so desperate. Wait, there's something he does like a after credits thing or what?
No. We'll get there. We'll get there, G. It's not time yet. We're going to go through this chronologically.
I'm not going to lie. I think this movie has given me brain damage. Ugh. Get it? Thank you. I'll be here all week. All right.
Fucking
As
hell.
we were saying, the eagle and Neil Breen. What was that?
Yeah, Neil Breen, he like strokes the eagle.
Was he making nature his bitch? Was that what that was symbolizing?
I don't think we should even try and figure out what anything is symbolizing.
Okay.
Because we'll be here all day.
Okay. No, but I kind of want to because I need to understand the insanity. You know, he clearly thinks he's like David Lynch or something. So I want to know what's going on in this man's head.
What does him jumping super high symbolize? When he does his weird magical jumps.
I think he just thinks he looks cool. Like he's some sort of superhero, I guess.
He's reaching new heights of filmmaking.
There you go.
I was cracking up from that eagle bit, and there's a bunch of like plug-in explosions. CG looks
over
absolute
and over
dog
again.
shit.
Yeah.
There's the same.
You only bought one
sound
explosion.
Effect.
Yeah.
You see the same visual of the explosion. It plays the same sound effect over and over and over.
Yeah.
He does like a jump. He tells some like soldier people, "Follow me." And I was just cracking up nonstop. I was like, this is going to be an absolute blast. Sure, the start was a bit rough, but I'm there. This is great.
The thing that broke me
wrong.
was the acting from that blonde lady where she's like, what did she say? Oh, well done. I'll see you back at headquarters. It broke me. I do have a theory that Neil Breen, as the director, is informing the actors on how to deliver their lines. And he wants them to read their lines dramatically and quite loudly. And I think they're also bad actors. And the combination of those two things makes it so much worse than if they just read them as they would normally. Like a table read maybe it makes Neil Breen look better. Because the other actors just look so much worse than him. You know what the movie reminded me of? You know how it's like if you ever worked at a workplace and you ever had to do those training videos for like cybersecurity or bullying or whatever. That's what that reminded me of.
She's always had to do the bullying training over and over again.
Every month. The start of every month.
Stop bullying!
Oh my God. Imagine your first day at work. They put like a VHS in and you're there in like the little room. There's just one chair and the CRT television and just a Neil Breen movie starts playing. You're not allowed to leave the room till it ends.
You're not allowed to bully him.
Oh, that'd be a difficult task.
I like at the beginning the stock footage of twins as well. He couldn't find any actual twins to film.
Twins on the beach with a dog. And he has to say, we had a dog. Because there's a dog in the footage.
Yeah,
he has to mention the dog.
He didn't have to mention the dog.
No, he had to.
Why? Because otherwise people would be like, what's the deal with the dog? Why is he not talking about the dog?
Whose dog
There's
is
a
that?
dog there.
And in one of the I think I don't know whether you guys understood that big purple woodland is the VR place. The virtual reality. That's the
metaverse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It reminded me of the Avatar place.
Why doesn't it look more computery? Why doesn't it look like something from
did that not
Lawnmower
look
Man?
It's ethereal.
Computery?
It's ethereal, you know?
I had a theory, and the theory was that Cade and Kale have like a connection, like a force dyad, and that's how they're able to talk to each other. That's what I thought was going on. They were psychically talking to each other, but they're actually in VR.
Well, apparently, because I don't want to spoil
Did Neil
the
Breen
end.
say this?
No, but it's all like around AI and he was talking about a lot about AI.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah.
And the
virtual
VR
reality.
headsets, right?
Yeah. And he's got, because he's twins, he plays both twins.
He blows.
To differentiate
But how
between...
how do we tell them apart, Bouphe? How do we...
The Al-Qaeda looking beard on one of them.
But even at the beginning, before Cale had the beard, he just flipped his collar to the opposite side, so you could tell the difference.
Gotcha.
Are you sure they didn't just mirror the footage?
I am absolutely sure, because I looked at his hair and I looked at the creases in his trousers.
Oh my god. Wow. Sherlock Holmes.
I was
Did
really
you spend a
invested
lot
in
of
this
time
film.
looking at Neil Breen's trousers?
It was really important to understanding this film, actually.
Yeah.
You're right.
I think
And
so.
when he didn't have enough footage of anything, when he was presenting dialogue to himself, he would pause one of them. He would freeze frame on one of the twins, so that he could deliver the dialogue to himself.
Because the dialogue, he's written too much dialogue for what he's actually shot. So he has to extend the shot in order that the length matches the length of him reading the dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so terribly done. My God.
Yeah.
Who edited this? Neil Breen?
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Did he?
Yes, and John Mastrogiacomo,
Oh, yeah.
Who was the cameraman as well.
his best mate.
Ah.
I like the line I wrote down, AI will never replace the pure majesty of nature, and then he hugs the eagle.
That's good. Majesty, because that reminds me of Dream Theater, which is what they were called.
Oh.
Cool.
So I like that. I did like that.
And when he's
Like,
in that,
oh,
he's in that building, and he's saying to the army guys, "Hey, follow me. I can't get hurt." And then he leaves the building, and it blows up.
they're all dead. They
They're
are
all
all dead.
And he goes into a different building. Then
I love the follow me and then he jumps out of a
Yeah.
window.
Yeah.
Like, so there should be a shot of them just barreling out the window and falling to their deaths.
you know, like where people animate like a PNG of them
Yeah.
tumbling out, just a
Yeah.
still picture, because it would fit them.
Oh my God.
There was like one scene where he's in an empty like cinema room, and it just made me
Yeah.
think that was the screening
The
for
screening
Twisted Pair.
for Neil Breen.
Yeah. And he's the only one in attendance. Not
Yeah.
even the actors wanted to
The
be
I had
whole
the
there.
same
thing-
thought.
Was filmed at a university campus.
Mm.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
No way.
Yes,
Is that
I
why
know,
there's
it's
a computer
unbelievable.
lab and a chemistry lab
I
and
know
a
it's-
library and
with
a
the
canteen?
periodic table in the chemistry lab.
Yeah. It's not like
And a
the headquarters
canteen.
to Umbrella, which I mean,
Hard to believe, isn't it?
it's really it's very, very believable. It's authentic,
Yeah.
and I was immersed, and there was not a single point where I thought, wow.
Were there any shots that Neil Breen shot himself during the daytime?
There weren't a lot of daytime shots.
Because the ones that I remember being daytime were all like CG, like chroma key, Neil Breen jumping around, explosions.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
And him on like a jet.
Well, the college was open in the daytime.
Yeah,
so-
Yeah, so I had to shoot after hours.
Mm.
So
And they gave him
Just
access
this-
to the building as well. Like,
yeah, fair play.
You're like, this man with the fake beard is trustworthy. Let's let him in.
let's let him in. Everything will be fine.
And he's like, I'm making a film about a terrorist attack committed by the good guy who's destroying technology. What?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is this in Nevada,
Oh,
did
God.
you say? Did you say he lives? Is that where he lives? Or where?
He
where
lives in
Nevada,
Nevada,
yeah.
This was
The college was
filmed.
Nevada.
Yeah.
Ah.
The first bit really throws me for a loop and everybody, because he's hassling a woman
Oh, wow.
Oh my God.
in front of
Yeah.
a homeless guy who has 2 pet
Plastic.
fake rats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That he's feeding things to, yeah.
I was like, is this his bad twin? Is this the evil twin?
Yeah. He wants to he wants to confuse you, because she's going, no,
Hmm.
I have a wife. No, I have a wife. This is his fantasy coming out in
Is that
real
what she
time there.
says?
She's
No,
saying,
she says I have a boyfriend. No, I didn't hear her
No,
say
she says,
wife.
She says wife.
Oh, what?
And he's saying, I'll meet you here at 8. Like,
I was like, what is actually going on? Like, why is he literally about to like commit a heinous crime in front of this homeless person? He was acting like such a sex pest.
yeah, and he was like bragging to the homeless guy, like, yeah, she'll come back.
Yeah.
She'll show up.
But he's like, I'll meet you at 8, and it's already pitch black.
Well, he comes
Yeah.
back
I'm
5
like-
minutes later and he's surprised that she's not here.
Yeah. And then he like is exiting a building, and then he's like, oh, and then he spots her, and he's like, oh, yeah, oh, that's the chick. I'm gonna go break into her house now.
Yeah, he follows her home. He breaks into the apartment complex. There's a great shot of him creeping down some stairs with a shadow behind him that looks a bit like it's from Nosferatu, but like a toddler filmed it or something.
Every woman's worst nightmare: having Neil Breen break into your building and your house.
Yeah, he's in a flat. He takes her by surprise, and
They
it
have
looks
a
like
fight.
he's. How would you describe it? It looks like he's about to assault her,
Yeah.
Yes.
and then he does.
He assaults her, and the fight scene has all ADR, like it's voiceover
Oh god, it's
of
so
him
Yeah.
saying
bad.
stuff, except for the word bitch, which was actually
Bitch.
in the footage.
Bitch,
Yeah.
just said like that, and it's repeated.
Yeah.
Bitch.
And
Very
then she
weird.
breaks
Enjoyed
like
that
a
one.
painting over his head at one point as well, which is just next level dedication to the bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks like he's gonna do something bad.
They have the specific painting ready on the settee. He calls her and he says, "All right, we'll do this later." Oh wait, well, I've jumped ahead a bit here, but she's always got that painting ready.
Oh,
Yeah.
does she? Oh,
Yeah,
So
I would think so.
The
Maybe
twist
that's the
is
tone.
this is consensual. This is what's it called? Consensual non-consent.
Yes,
It's just jokes. It's role play.
well,
It's a meme.
it really confused me because I thought they were siblings at first. Because
Oh my god! What?
no, because she says, "Mom called."
yeah.
something?
Right.
Have you never said to your partner like, "Oh, mum rang"?
I define whose mum.
She is an incel, so she wouldn't. She's never been in this
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
Not like us
You-
chads.
no, we're chads. We always get it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, if I was saying it, I was like, "Oh, mum rang."
Right. Yeah, but in the context of that specific situation where it looks like he's about to
Right.
do you know what? And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden she's like, I think he or she says, "What's for dinner?" Oh, Mum called, by
Your
the way.
favorite.
Your
Yeah.
favorite.
It's like,
Yeah.
well, there's just so much to unpack. It gave me whiplash.
So you thought not only were they doing consensual non-consent roleplay, but also incest roleplay.
I don't know, man. I was so
like
confused.
maybe in the morning for round 2, she pretends to be stuck in the tumble dryer.
Oh my god.
Be a better plot than whatever the hell was happening.
I do appreciate the fact that Neil Breen, as writer and actor and director and editor, had to really drive the fact home that he's a really nice man. He would never do this without consent. And
Yeah.
I can't. He has to make it apparent. You'll find it out in all of the films. You'll find out. All right. He's a very desirable and wonderful
Well,
man.
that's what I was about to say. It's not that he's a nice man. He just, I think, always wants to display that he fucks, that he gets
Oh yeah.
pussy. You know what I mean?
But he looks after his
Oh my
women.
God.
he
He's
doesn't-
very respectful because in one of the films, I'll tell you about this. There is a character who is underage that keeps hitting on him, and he's like, "No,
Oh, Christ.
you can't. We can't do this." And he like he's saying like, the really good guy here. You are a hot 17-year-old.
Of course you want to fuck me. I'm Neil Breen.
I'm Neil Breen. Of course you want to fuck me, but you're 17, so we're not going to do that. So in every instance where he's with a woman, he is respecting them. And he's respecting his girlfriend's consensual non-consent fetish here.
Yeah.
And he phones up and he says, "Honey, get the CNC painting out ready."
Oh God.
Get the breakaway table and chair. We're gonna have a fucking brawl.
And then the next day she has to go out and buy new things.
Yeah, but they know her well. They're like, Alana, back again so soon? Yeah, we had another fight last night. Oh, I don't know why you're with him. Well, because he's a really caring, rich, sexy man with a big knob.
That the way you enacted that reminded me of the scene from The Room where he goes into the flower shop and he's like buying the flowers and he's,
"Oh, hi, doggy.
You're my best customer.
You're my favorite customer. Oh, hi, doggy." And then it's just like before you can register what happened, you're like,
it's ended. He's left.
Holy shit!
Again, absolute fucking pinnacle of filmmaking there.
So that's Cade. That's the goodie. So we've seen a look at the goodie and his life.
Yeah.
And then we see the bad guy.
What's his job?
We can tell he's bad because he's got a hoodie. Wearing a hoodie?
Yeah, that's always
his job. Is he's like James Bond.
He's a spy. He's like he's fighting against evil for this. So I don't know,
clandestine.
I don't know whether these higher beings that gave him the powers, I don't know whether they're part of this organization or he just found a job that was really good for his skill set, you know?
Yeah, I think he just is so
I would
powerful.
love to have seen his CV.
I can't get hurt. You can stay behind me in a gunfight.
I can jump really high.
What are your weaknesses? Well, I have a bit of a fetish.
I really like choking women, but, with their consent.
Yeah.
Fucking Riz for days, this man.
I'm really kind to homeless people.
Is he?
That's true.
Oh, yeah,
Gave money to the man.
He is nice.
He always gives that guy 20 pence when he walks past.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What a generous soul.
But Kale is not nice.
He's a baddie.
He's
a real baddie.
He
says fuck. One fuck in the film.
You're allowed one. Everybody gets one.
Yeah, everyone gets one. I've learned that recently.
So Neil Breen as Kale says something or other, fucking, come on, you fucking whatever. And then they go into the murder room, and one of the guys that's dangling, like a lawyer or whatever, or a CEO, a baddie, a banker maybe.
They're really bad, those bankers.
Oh yeah,
they're chained up.
Suddenly,
they got blood.
The plot to Saul,
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
So one of the guys says, "I knew this was going to come back at," and he's about to say, "Come back and bite me in the ass." Right? That's clearly what the line was, but the line is cut. In the middle of him speaking. So why did Neil Breen cut out the word ass from that line, but keep fuck, just moments before?
Now, even better, all right, than that, speaking of censoring, there is a bit where he censored his own line because he says, "God damn it," but he censors the word "damn it" out.
I did notice that, actually, but I thought it was a blip.
No, I think he did that on purpose.
It's so strange, isn't it? It's so strange.
I think he was like, "Oh, I don't know how okay this is."
Do these films even have ratings? Because he's the one that distributes them.
Yeah, yes. You can buy these on his website, by the way, everybody. So that's
shocker.
That's the only way to legally watch these films is to buy them from Neil Breen, or to go to a showing.
I think they're on YouTube. I think somebody. I mean, I don't know if it's uploaded.
That's not legal. Gee, that's not legal. That's illegal.
Oh, sorry.
That's wrong.
I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't just upload it to YouTube himself. Why doesn't he have his own YouTube channel?
Because he makes money.
Yeah, he can charge it as a thing, can't he?
I don't know the ins and outs of distributing films, but
I think it's the same reason that he doesn't want these films to be shown late at night in cinemas. He's a respected filmmaker. He doesn't do midnight screenings of his movies. He doesn't want to distribute the films digitally. That's like beneath him. He wants to have 6 p.m. at the latest showings in cinemas.
Is this a joke or
this is real?
This is real.
This is for real.
Right.
He's a respected filmmaker.
Right.
Which is
In
why
his
he only
brain.
says fuck once and will not
Yeah.
say damn it
Ah,
or ass.
what a guy.
Yeah.
The fuck was important because that's how we know that it's Kale who's the bad guy. 'Cause he swore. and that's
Otherwise,
bad.
I wouldn't have been able to tell, outside
Yeah.
of that Osama bin Laden beard that they gave him. There was one.
Oh my god.
He does, though. He looks like a terrorist. It's insane.
He is a terrorist. He's a bad man.
Well, there you go. It's perfect for him.
He was like, who has the most evil beard? And I was like, right, that's the one. That's the guy.
Well, yeah, I think he genuinely took inspiration from it. And that's what true artistic visionary directors do. They take inspiration from real life. So, you know what? I respect it.
True.
So I did note down, is the kidnapping also CNC? Is this another consensual non-consent thing? Are there bankers and CEOs in on it?
Yeah, they have a fetish for being shot.
In the dick.
Yeah, but shot in a way that doesn't seem to hurt them in any way, really, or leave any damage.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They're all hanging by chains and they're moaning.
Yeah, and he's just blasting them and it's doing nothing. The shooting does nothing. There's no blood. There's no nothing. They're still alive days later.
There's blood all over their shirts. And then for some reason
No, they were eating hot dogs. It's ketchup.
Well, did you notice there was he duplicates them for a shot twice or something?
Oh, God.
Did you notice that? Why did he do that?
He's representing that he does this many, many times.
Why did he do that?
And he fills, he fills this room
Understatement
with
of the
dozens
fucking year
of them.
again there, G. How? Why?
I thought...
Because he only has these 3 guys hanging up, but he wants to show that he does this a lot. So he does this really clumsy overlay.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Because I thought he was doing something... There was a couple points where I thought the cinematography was actually okay. And it's one of my favorite things in movies. It's that, I don't know what it's called, but it's, in horror movies, in Halloween, where they put a light only on the person's eyes.
Catchlight.
Oh.
You can see the rest of the...
Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Well, when Laurie is behind a wardrobe.
Explain it to me in Star Trek terms, please.
I don't know Star Trek terms. I'm sorry. Maybe Simon can translate. So there's a scene where Laurie's got a light on her face. You can see the rest of it, but it's dark. And then you can see there's just this white light on her face to showcase the fear, right?
So cinematic.
It's very cinematic,
Really
but he
is.
actually does that twice. And I don't know if it's him or his mate, his best bud.
Oh, well, I think if you look through the credits, you'll see who's in charge of lighting.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Oh, he's...
We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, there we are. Yeah. It's beautiful, isn't it? Captain Kirk with the light.
Yeah,
Eyes.
that's really cool. I love that. That is one of my favorite cinematic techniques. It's just so... I don't know why I like it so much. It's impactful. And he actually manages to pull it off.
So there's the next scene where there's a cop talking about people being kidnapped. And he says the line, so it might be another vigilante injustice kidnapping. He says injustice instead of justice. It isn't vigilante injustice, it's vigilante justice. So he says the line wrong, but that's fine. That's fine. Because later on they say exactly the same line. A different police officer says exactly the same line, but says it correctly. And says it might just be another vigilante justice kidnapping.
It can't even keep it consistent. Oh my
Christ
God.
on a fucking bike.
One of my favorite things from... I don't even know if it's that scene or not, but the cop, they've got the blaring cop lights on the steps, right? Because 2 people have been killed on stairs, like a staircase.
Yeah. You don't see any cop cars.
No,
you just see the lights.
You just see the lights, and they can't even. They zoom in on the syringe, but they don't zoom in on his face. Like,
it's almost as though the syringe is like an important clue that will pay off later.
Yeah, but my problem with the scene is they get him to say, "What did I just see?" as opposed to zooming in on his face to let his face do the storytelling. Like, confused. Oh, what did I just see? They had to make him say it and spell it, like spell it
ADR.
out. Oh, it just annoys me. Like, you zoomed in on the syringe, just zoom in on his face. Or, maybe...
No, because he didn't say the line when they shot it. It was ADR all So
Maybe.
You see a lot of that. There's so much ADR in this.
Why, though?
Because it's easier to edit around. If you don't shoot people's faces directly on, you can make them say anything.
Oh, God.
So you can decide on what the dialogue will be later.
Yeah.
Once you have the footage in the can.
Oh, just, I don't know why that annoyed me out of all things, but...
I think it's the next scene that has, like, probably, like, my idea of a dream date.
Oh, hell
is
yeah.
the next scene.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've reserved the whole restaurant for us. And it's the outdoor seating area of the canteen of the university at like 10 p.m. at night. Pitch black. No one's there. And I was like, how are they going to do this with no one there? But then Neil Breen makes a joke about there not being anyone there. Like the staff is invisible. And then he laughs, and it's the scariest fucking thing I've seen. Him laughing. Terrified me.
Yeah, I would have been pretty pissed if I got asked to a date to a restaurant and there was no food. I would have been like, what the fuck, man? Neil, I'm hungry.
He got you a candle.
Ah.
Oh, God.
Oh,
and then
got
she
you a
says
candle.
something that's like a prayer when she lights the candle
Did
about
she?
their love being eternal.
Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, she actually said... I think I tuned out a lot of the dialogue in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. What did she say? Why did she say a prayer?
It was just like, because they're like going to be together forever and ever and ever. Basically.
Yeah, and the candle represents sort of their eternal love. And at that point, I'm like, okay, she's going to die, obviously.
Really? Wow, you got
yeah.
that from that scene. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Well, he was paying attention.
I was paying attention. With my ADHD brain, like I said to you, I had nothing else on the side. Usually I do stuff on the side while I'm watching movies. This movie had my undivided attention. And still, I don't even know half the fucking dialogue in this film. But yeah, oh God. And then it like cuts to a broken mirror for some reason. Like he's like looking in the mirror and then it's like shattered.
Did you not actually see the whole thing play out there?
I assume I did.
He was looking in the mirror and then the reflection grew a beard.
Yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
And then he broke
Which was done very well.
It was
I like
done
that.
about as good as duck soup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I honestly, I thought it was good. Like the slow beard growing on him, like it was flawless. Honestly,
Yeah.
it was one of the best shots in the film.
Yeah.
Unironically, no capper.
No cap, for real.
And then basically, I think it's like Cade is breaking through into his
Reality?
Is it a metaphor?
I thought around this point, I started the theory in my brain. There is no Cade and Kale. There's just one guy, right?
Yeah.
Living two lives.
Oh.
Which is why when he looks in the mirror, he sees the other side.
Oh my God.
Right? But that's not actually what happens. That's not the twist.
No, that would have been
it's just
so
one
much
guy.
better. I would have actually respected that if that was the case.
I mean, at least I think it's just the one guy.
That would have been so cool, though. I kind of like that. Just like a Mr. Robot situation.
But he's like, so Cade and Kale are like talking to each other in like a sort of dream sequency thing.
But they're not
where they're
looking
not
at
making
each
eye
other.
contact.
Yeah, they're not looking
making
at-
eye contact with each other.
Because, well, you know, it was one of those things. It was an afterthought of where he'll
Should
be
have had
standing.
a stick with a dot on. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So, Sophie, was this in VR or was this a dream?
I assume. Well, right. Wikipedia says at the end they're in the virtual reality forest, and it's the same place.
But this was like the street.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Okay.
it?
No, I don't know whether that was. Yeah, it was the street.
That
wasn't
one
it?
street bit.
I don't know whether it was
that was at
real
the
or a
start.
dream. I can't fucking tell. I really need a wee. Can I be right back?
Okay.
I'm being
Sophie, go and
distracted by
have a
my
wee.
bladder.
Go. It's all
Okay.
good.
Poor G. I kept thinking, poor G. She ain't going to be able to follow this. My God.
Listen,
No, I was right.
I'm all for
I was right.
metaphors and deeper meaning and symbolic and I love that stuff. I eat that stuff up. I live for that kind of stuff. But yeah, I just think he's like a wish David Lynch, you know? I just think
Oh.
he just and you know what? And I don't know if he was actually given, you know, but like I don't think his ego would let this, but like if he was actually given a good budget, good cinematographer, good, you know, lighting person, if he was actually given the A team of all A teams to make a movie and he was the director, do you think, you know, he could produce a decent film?
No. Because I think the concept and the writing is him, and it's awful. So I don't think he would be capable of making a good film. Let alone him directing it. But I think the script itself is so terrible. It can't be made good.
Yeah.
No director could take the script and make something. Well, I mean, they could rewrite the script a lot and make it to something coherent and good.
Because you have a concept, right? And then you have to like flesh it out with, you know, dialogue and writing and
the concept is just so all over the fucking place.
yeah,
though.
because I got like flashes of
Back.
you know, Saw and then Cyberpunk and then God, I wrote it down. Like there was just like a bunch of like The Matrix. There was so many different movie things like coming into play in the plot that
coming.
Sorry, did Bouphe come back?
I'm
Oh,
back.
she's
I'm
back.
back. I'm
Hello.
back. Hello.
Sorry, I asked Simon like if Neil Breen was given, you know, the A team of all A teams to make
$100 million.
yeah, like a good budget, you know, the best VFX person, lighting director, writer, like if he had the best team, do you think he could produce a good movie?
No.
Simon said the same thing.
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Money is no object for Neil Breen because he made his money being an architect and he was like, I'm going to fucking pursue my dream of making movies.
If money's no object, why are they so obviously low budget?
Well, I mean, money is a certain object, but he's doing it for the love of
Yeah,
doing
this
it.
is his passion project. The only piece of trivia that I was bothered enough to actually find about this movie is he started a GoFundMe for this and it raised $7,000.
Yeah.
That's my only piece of trivia.
I think the budget for these films is around $20,000 to $50,000. It's something around there.
I want
Which
to
is very low.
I was gonna. Well, where is it though? Considering, like, I guess he's paying the actors, the person filming the actual film. I guess lunches for the actors.
Yeah. I wonder who did the catering.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get to the
We'll get
credits.
there.
Okay.
Okay, right. Back to the events in this film.
Yeah. So we got the broken mirror. Yeah, and he's
Yeah,
like
we
touching
talked
it.
about. Okay, so Kale and his girlfriend are having a fight, right? Let's talk about this.
Okay.
Yeah. So they're having a fight, and there's the classic punch sound effect.
I actually wrote that in my notes. The hit sound effect.
Not every punch.
Yep.
Sometimes they just don't bother. Sometimes he's forgotten to put that one in.
For dramatic effect.
So she slaps him, and it sounds like Indiana Jones full-on punching a Nazi in the face.
Yeah.
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 It's so weird.
He hits her and misses, but she still falls over.
Yeah.
I thought she was dead. I thought that was it. He killed her because he's got superpowers like his brother.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, we're talking
But
about
I guess
the evil.
they don't have super strength.
Yeah, this is...
I think they do have super
he
strength.
had his powers... Did he have his powers taken off him because he was fired, basically? So I don't think Kale has...
Oh my
Well,
god.
no, because the people they work for aren't like the aliens that gave them the powers.
Yeah, I know, but the aliens said he wasn't working out. He
No, maybe, yeah.
Kale didn't fit in with the program.
This is news to me.
Who was fired.
This is absolutely news to me.
Well, the film does not do the best
No.
sort of job explaining.
Well, there's also that scene where he's like at some villain's lair who I don't remember the name of, but it just reminds me of one of those UFO documentary, like that like voiceover thing, that modulator thing where they like
Oh my god.
hide their voice with like a deeper thing.
Was it Kurtz or someone? The bold
Coos, yeah, because it reminded me of
Coos.
couscous. Yeah, that's right.
I was thinking of like a koozie.
Yeah.
Like when you put your can in like a koozie.
A koozie. Yeah, it reminded me.
But I wrote that down. That man's name in my notes is Scarf Changer.
He does change
very
scarves and age. He's like relatively young-ish at one point, and then he's like older later on. Or am I?
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, I mean,
What the fuck?
it was either the lighting was different or a different actor, or it was just really weirdly done.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But he looked different.
Yeah, he did look different.
I thought he looked like Richard O'Brien, and maybe it's because he had like a bowl of crystals, and I thought Crystal Maze, Richard O'Brien.
Oh my god, those crystals! You know for a fact that is just a thing that was sat in some 50-year-old woman's house as like a piece of decoration, and he's just gone. He opened his third eye and was like, "Whoa, this is going to be really cool in my next movie."
Had a moment of Breenius.
Oh,
Jesus.
honestly, like there's so much green screen. I started to call it Breen screen at once.
Green screen.
There's a lot of green screen. It's like 80 or 90% green screen. So, yeah.
So Scarf Changer has a fairy who teleports as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fairy.
The fairy woman.
I think you'll find she is the winged muse
Right.
in the credits.
Elaborate.
Okay.
Oh, she's a mute. Okay, so she's inspiration for something. Okay, we're getting somewhere. What's the inspiration?
Well, Coos is an artist in inverted commas, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also the bad guy behind the potential
Virtual
cyber
reality.
warfare or something.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm with you. Yep.
And he's always fondling the gems, and he has some special art.
Mm.
So Cade goes to talk to him about the special art, which is stock footage GIF, and he's just invented NFTs.
It's strange because it's like a transparent. So it's like this frame. It's transparent and it's got this moving image inside. And I think Neil Breen is like, this is the most futuristic thing I could think of.
Yeah.
To be fair, GIFs were fucking futuristic when I first saw them. I was like, this picture fucking moves.
Yeah.
Your Tamagotchi's going, Bouphe.
Yeah, I got him.
I mean, it's just you can have this today. You can have a transparent frame
Yeah.
that an image appears, a moving image appears.
No, this is
You've got one in the office.
Yeah.
we do. We do.
No, apparently this is just next level, like, AI genius that is gonna take over the world and destroy humanity as we know it. When they were outside, he had, like, glitter. I don't know if he was sweating and his sweat was glistening or he had glitter on his face. But I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that Neil Breen fucked the fairy outside of, like, filming. Because
oh my god!
I mean, the whole movie is like just straight up porn acting. Like, I don't know if these people know what they're getting into or what. Like, maybe they think it's like a serious film, but it's just porn acting.
Are you implying that Neil Breen picks up women and says, "Do you want to be in my movie?"
Yeah,
and then casts them in a role that makes no sense in the film, in a skimpy-ish outfit?
Yeah, I mean, I saw some chick's ass at one point in like a red room.
Yeah.
That was
his David Lynch moment. He was trying to be like a serious filmmaker.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He's like, got a red room, got a stripper lady walking, like,
in suspenders,
beckoning.
And I'm just like, what's the point of this? But I got the same feeling, so yeah.
Also, I really like the bit where, what's his name? Cruz. He's got his 3 little cat statue figurine things, and then they start moving.
Well, they reminded me of those things in, like, where you look at the statue and they're like, well, they're facing one way, and then when you look again, you turn away and you look again, and they're like facing you. So, as like, is that meant to be symbolic of something? I don't know.
The Weeping Angels.
Yeah, maybe
from Doctor Who. I don't know what that was symbolic of, but I do know that it was probably just something in a house.
It was.
He was
absolutely just something in a house, just like those damn fake crystal diamonds in a bowl.
Right. So they showed up to film in someone's house. It might be Neil Breen's house.
I think it's probably Neil Breen's house. I honestly do.
Yeah.
To keep the budget minimal, it probably was just shot in his house.
Yeah.
In Las Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell.
And he's like, oh, these cat statues that my auntie gave me in 1974. I can use these in this shot.
Yeah.
I'll put a magnet on the bottom of one of them and have like another magnet under the table and move it around.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Genius.
Yeah, so I think did we completely like skip over the bit where I don't know which bit of the film I'm at. Where's the bit where he goes and there's the guys in VR goggles sitting in the
that's a bit
chairs.
later on, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there was the scene where Kale is taking he's going to take a bunch of drugs with his girlfriend, and they're like splitting the drugs up, and then it goes to, and then Cade is with his girlfriend, and then it's like, I love you, you're great, you're the best, I love you too, I couldn't live without you, yes, with like the worst fucking dog shit acting I've ever seen.
Yep.
I like the way that they shared drugs out there. It's like, 1 for you, and 1 for me, and 2 for you, and 2 for me.
What plane of existence is the crackhead living on? Is it the same one?
I don't know, but they have 2 moons in one bit. Cade is hanging out on the balcony with his girlfriend Alana, and there's two moons.
Yeah.
I did want to mention that when they are talking about the special art GIF, and Neil Breen is talking to Coos, and he says, I want to know more details about your global takeover plans. And it's like, you'd mention, I'm going to say that to some guy that I've just met to sell him some art. I will tell you all about my global takeover plans.
Because he's undercover. Cade's undercover in that scene, right?
Yeah.
I can't with this
Unbelievable.
movie. My sanity
He's
is
undercover, but he's still just a guy that he just fucking met.
Yeah.
I can't. There was like there's like a scene where I think it's this part. Because at one point, like, they talk about biological warfare, And like this is where like the different movies started to like mix up with me, because it sounded like The Matrix at one point. And then it made me think, is he living? Is this a simulation? And then it made me think of Tron. And then like suddenly Resident Evil, and then Cyberpunk. So there was just like,
I think your brain's just trying to like entertain you with like good media.
Yeah, I'm desperately trying, you know, to find some
remember these good things?
Yeah.
They were good. That was fun. Playing that and watching that was great.
like you know, it also felt like Blade Runner, like because they were talking about AI dreams and like, you know, do AI dream?
It's like Blade Runner. You can't say that. What are you doing?
No, they asked the question.
Blade Runner.
They made a statement,
Jesus.
a matter-of-fact statement. You know how the title for Blade Runner for the book is what is it?
Android
Dream of Electric
Sheep.
Sheep. Okay, yeah. So this movie apparently has answered that question. Blade Runner couldn't, but this could. You know, Blade Runner walked, so Twisted Pair could run. Okay, so they were talking
Blade
about.
Runner did answer it. You dream of unicorns.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. Anyway, it was very Blade Runner-esque at one point, and then there was like a scene where Neil Breen is like having some sort of meeting with like, I don't know who the fuck he's talking to, but it reminded me of this scene from, I mean, you probably wouldn't have seen it, Bouphe, or even Simon, but there's like a scene where Gendo, the main character, like one of the main characters in Evangelion, talks to like panels or like people in like a meeting room, and then they're not actually there and they start to fade away because it's like, you know, some sort of, you know, simulation thing. And I'm like, are they there? Is it VR? Is it AI? Are they in a simulation? Who's he talking to?
That is a bit further on. Yeah. So Cuz is there with these like Men in Black-esque, maybe androids, maybe programmable matter, maybe AI.
Okay.
But the robot, whatever dudes, they disappear, and then Q's disappears, and Neil Breen's just there in the room by himself.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? What's happening?
Yeah. So what was that? Maybe Bouphe knows?
Bouphe. Answers.
I mean, I think.
Same.
Yeah.
What am I? Who am I? Why am I here?
Just beautiful. I did write another line when Kale is, you know, when they're like juxtaposing their girlfriends and their lives.
Oh yeah.
And he's really nice to Alana in front of the two moons, and then you've got Kale with his girlfriend. They've got lines of coke on a mirror.
Yeah.
And 2 empty wine bottles filled with water. And it's like the actress says, "I'm so content now." She's like saying that she's content because she's got all these drugs and water.
She's
and they don't
happy.
use.
Yeah.
She's very happy.
Oh, bro. Oh my god.
But then you see, is Cade is this before the bit?
Oh my god.
But they have like a
I'm
domestic,
trying to figure out where
right?
I am.
So there's the juxtaposition between the two couples. Then there's the who am I, what am I scene. Even calling it a scene feels generous. And then Cade, he sneaks into like the building.
That's right.
We don't know what building this is.
It's the same. It's the same.
The college campus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't log into the computer and he gets mad.
And he's talking about a looming cyber war and an AI, and it seems like the AI is important because maybe the AI will determine who wins the cyber war. I'm at this point, I still think there's a plot. So maybe this is why Cade has to destroy the AI. So he's trying to find the AI.
Right.
But there's like this. There's a long shot of the campus, and you see like Cade walking along.
Well, I wrote that
and then
the
there's
movement is obscured entirely by trees.
There's this voiceover of people like talking about AI, cyber this, biological that, warfare, blah, 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 virtual reality.
None of it makes
and it's all really
sense.
quiet. And none of it makes sense. It's just word salad. It's complete fucking nonsense.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
And he's going around this fucking building and he's looking at shit and he's like, biological mutant warfare plans. Programmable matter. It can transform itself into anything else. And I'm like, what's happening? What?
I'm so convinced that he had an idea and he just couldn't figure out how to put it on paper and how to make it work.
Clearly.
He had an idea, and I think the idea was that he wanted to say that there's this bad guy who he's really into his VR and his AI, and he's going to use it to infiltrate all the computers in the world and stuff, and people buy the art and put it on the walls.
I think
is the art programmable matter, and the art changes into like a man with a gun or something.
A man with a gun. And I think that's a way of him taking over. I don't know.
No, that makes sense.
Right.
Maybe
that actually makes
an
sense.
idea that
no, that makes sense.
he was trying to go for.
Yep. Doesn't like the evil twin at one point go on a rampage? Isn't he like set loose somewhere? And then he like sticks a knife into the homeless man's like leg, but pierces a book or something. Like what?
Well,
What
they
was
just had
that
to stop.
scene?
They just had to stop him from stabbing the man in the leg, so he just had something in his trousers to stop him from getting injured.
Like what even?
Oh,
All I
It
have.
might be the fake leg.
My notes for that
fake
part
leg.
was Al Qaeda crackhead is on the loose again. Because like
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, I didn't even know what was happening. Because again, I don't know. Like the scene with the bad twin and the girlfriend. You know, he's got like some danger, torture, sex dungeon where he kills like CEOs and bankers and whatever else. Like, and I don't know if he lives in the same plane of existence. And then like the good twin is like, I miss what does he say? I miss what I
miss
don't
what I
know.
never knew.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean? Like, is he living in a simulation? Is he in the VR forest? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Exciting, isn't it?
Oh, God. And then they have that, like, romantic... It forwards to the romantic scene in front of the fireplace, right?
In front of the gas fire.
Yeah, which I thought there was a gas leak and it was going to blow up at one point, but sure, that's neither here nor there.
There was, in that room, there is a cabinet with loads of pots in it, and that was also the same cabinet that he was looking at skulls in at the beginning.
No
saying
way.
that humans have evolved in this way.
Yeah.
And I was like, they've just replaced all the skulls with pots, and it was probably filmed in that particular room.
Absolutely.
Fuck's sake.
Well, she was like, she complains at one point. She's like, oh, I never get to see you. I miss you. I love you and whatever. And it's like at the beginning of the film, they were like happy and like talking about how they work together in the same office. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like my notes was literally, I thought they worked in the same office. Idiot Breen
I thought
tipping
they did.
over a glass. Fuck this movie. That was the fucking breaking point for me.
He looks green screened into even the scenes where he is in the room, which is quite good continuity because he just I keep thinking there's going to be like some camera trick where he like puts his hand sort of like he's putting his hand towards her and then it turns out that he can't touch her and like she's virtual reality or something.
Oh, that would have been
That would have been good. But no,
No.
he can't do that. He can't do that. He can but he looks like he's green screened into every fucking scene.
Yeah. No, that's why I said green screen, because it's just 80 or 90% green screen. Like, why weren't you there? What the fuck is going on? And the fucking Blues Brothers at one point. Did you see that scene where they're all just sitting in random little pods and they're wearing...
Yeah, that's with the VR
Is it?
guys.
Oh my god.
That's what they are, VR guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cyberpunk.
All robots. Oh, God.
And then...
So
wait.
I was going to say before this, right, there's... Kale goes on his rampage. He meets and kills a prostitute, ?
Does he?
Question mark.
she opens a door. He's got a rose, or she's got a rose, and then
that's the David Lynch esque scene, where it's a red room.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then he's got the rose, and he like throws it away or whatever.
Maybe,
and it's like, did you just kill a woman?
Oh my god, maybe
Who was she?
It's the Black Lodge and the White. Isn't it like the Black and the White Lodge? Maybe that's what this is. And then the red room is like the connecting, whatever, the connecting thing between the two, and the evil twin is in the Black Lodge.
Sure. Anyway, I like the scene where he's sort of lurking around. So, there was a bit where I get confused with who is waiting at a door, but
him, the bad
it's
one.
It's like,
right?
do you remember the zoom where is it Cade appears behind a column?
Yeah.
And the camera zooms past the woman, but it can't quite get him into focus. Yes. Can't quite get him into focus very well.
No, because the camera's focused on her, and it's a digital zoom on him, so it can't put him into focus, because all he's doing is just increasing the size of the footage that he's already filmed. And framing it on Kale in the background.
Right.
Looks fucking dog shit again, like so much in the film.
And then he fights another woman because
my
he
favorite.
shaved his beard off.
Yeah, this is my favorite scene in the whole film. I'm gonna be real with you.
He's really angry because he never had a beard.
Okay, so Cade bumps into Kale's girlfriend.
Is she Kale's girlfriend? Because I thought she was a brunette.
Ex. She said, I lived with him.
Oh, so ex-girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
They probably break up all the time when he doesn't bring drugs home
again,
or whatever, and they have a fight.
Again, because he fucks and he has loads of girlfriends.
She thinks Cade is Kale, and there's this weird confusion. But then, like, Cade's girlfriend sees them talking later on.
Alana. Or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And she thinks that he's paying this woman money and that he's having an affair with her.
Yeah.
And he's just saying, take this money, go somewhere safe, because he's a good guy.
Yeah.
So he's trying to protect his twin brother's
Well, he gave her... So my notes for this was, why is he just giving this random fucko woman a bundle of cash, and why do they always work at nighttime like raccoons rummaging through the trash?
Oh my god. That's Kale's girlfriend, and Cade is trying to save her.
That's not his girlfriend, though. That's like, first of all, probably an ex-girlfriend. And like, he gets so angry at the fact that he never had a beard. And like, why didn't she, with her half a pea brain put together, that maybe he like shaved his beard or something at one point? The whole fucking scene just doesn't make any sense. It goes from 0 to 1,000,000 in the span of 15 seconds. It makes no sense to me.
This whole movie is a series of these disjointed scenes that are strung together, and they're barely related to each other. And somehow you have to piece it together in your head and try and make like what the film is supposed to be.
The cornflakes.
I mean, it's very much like these podcasts are turning out to be three people rambling, and the listeners have to put it together in their own head.
I mean,
exactly.
Hopefully they would have seen the movie. But yeah, if you haven't seen this movie and you're just listening to this dialogue about a movie that you haven't seen, especially this one, oh my god. We're
not three idiots that don't understand films.
No.
It's the person who made the film is the idiot.
That don't understand film, and then one idiot who pretends she knows about films, but she doesn't know shit about films. She just has loads of videotape.
Aww, that's not true.
True though.
No.
So Cade gets a phone call from his boss saying she's one of them.
Yeah.
And I wrote down one of who? One of them?
Yeah, who's
one
them?
Of who? And he falls to his knees and he's very sad about that. And then she's sort of like dealing packages around between people.
Yeah.
Don't know what that package
Maybe it's
is.
AI
Is it drugs?
Warfare money. Yeah.
And then it cuts to the fairy woman watching a Neil Breen movie in the screening room, which is actually passed through.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I put dope cinema room. Dope cinema room. Too bad it's probably only used to watch his nuclear waste movies.
That must be Neil Breen's house.
Yeah.
It is. It's
his
definitely his
room.
house. He's got.
So one of my notes was: is she betraying him because he was with another woman, or was she always a double agent all along? Like,
yes, I think yes.
Yeah. And then the fairy disappears and just leaves her shoes.
Yeah, and I put in my notes: G must like this scene. She likes the shoes.
I didn't even notice that.
They're nice shoes, though. They're pretty fucking cool shoes.
Very spiky.
Those shoes. Those are very 2015. Come on. It's
okay.
They are. They're awful.
I don't know what it means when someone says it's very specific year, and I'm like, okay.
What do you mean?
Okay,
you of all people should know specific age, specific year, fashion.
I lived through 2015, but I don't remember
if you said 1985.
Shoes.
Bouphe would have been like, "Oh yes."
Bouphe still thinks it's 1985. I get it now.
It is. Yeah.
Well, okay, take it from me. Those shoes are very 2015 of the time.
Okay.
It's just really, really out of date. So one of my questions was, you know how with some movies and TV, they film scenes, like they'll film a scene maybe that's like 70% through the movie that was like, but they film it really early on. Do you think that's what Neil Breen does, or do you think he like films it sequentially? Like, you know, this is scene 1, this is scene 2, this is scene 3, and he's like,
I think to keep the budget down, he would be filming in locations, everything in that location in like the one day, or maybe in like the 1 hour.
Okay,
yeah, probably in that 1 hour.
All right, cool.
So we have the great scene where Cade comes home and his girlfriend's there and she pulls a gun on him.
Yeah, and he's ready to pull a gun on her in anticipation because his third eye is open and he knows what's about to go down.
So she's presumably angry at him for cheating on her, or she's a secret agent and she's an assassin and going to kill him. One or the other. Maybe both?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they shoot each other at the same time. Even though Cade doesn't need a weapon. He is the weapon.
He is the weapon.
He still has a gun.
Yeah.
They shoot each other. She dies. He doesn't because he's Neil Breen. And I like to think that every single relationship he has ends this way. And this is like the 14th time that this has happened. Every single girlfriend of his ends up trying to kill him, and he murders her first.
Yeah, the Nevada desert is probably littered with Neil Breen's ex-girlfriends.
Oh my god, yeah, in real life.
In real life.
Tins of tuna.
Yeah. And she dies.
In one of his other films, his character is obsessed with eating tuna out of the tin.
Oh, yeah, the hacker man.
Yeah, it's great.
Christ.
So she dies, and she's dying like next to, but not on, one of the comfiest looking chairs I've ever seen in my life. This brown chair. I thought it stood out to me during this very emotional scene. I was like, oh, if only she died in that chair. That would have been nice. Just lying down and just dying with a smile on your face.
He's like, that's how I want to go. I want to
I want to die sitting down.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, so they shoot each other and then
there's a series of shots that I don't quite understand. So the police are on a scene, don't know where. Then there's the murder room with more bodies appearing, like exactly the same shot as before. Then there's presumably Kurz's hand covered in blood, fingering the crystals.
That's literal blood on his hands.
Right. I see. That's very symbolic,
blood
actually.
diamond.
I thought he had been killed or something.
I don't know what the fuck that was supposed to be, but
I don't think he died, because I think due to the end of this film, It has a black screen saying Cade Altair will return. And I think that means that Coos is probably going to come back too. I don't know. I don't think he's actually dead.
I can't wait. So this is like, there's the last scene, I guess, now. We're about at the end. Again, it's the Purple Woods, which now we know is VR? The metaverse?
Maybe, yep.
And Cade is there with the ghost of the girlfriend, except I guess she's not the ghost. She's
she's the avatar.
Bouphe? Help!
She's the
avatar, right. So why does she fade away? Like she's goes
dead.
To heaven? Yeah, but if she's an avatar, surely she would just be
She's
there
in the
forever.
Force now. She's a Force ghost.
She might be there forever.
Yeah. Listen, he's just a revolutionary anomaly. I don't think we're ever going to get a clear-cut meaning of any of the stuff that goes on in his films. I think he likes the open-endedness.
He does do Q&As.
Oh, does he?
But he doesn't. But I think he a lot of the time he gives the bullshit answer of, I think it's up for the viewer
that's
to
what I'm
determine
saying.
the meaning.
Open-ended, unanswered.
Which is what David Lynch does. Would you like to explain this thing and what the meaning behind it is? No.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what David Lynch literally will say.
Yeah.
But, there's the ghost. She says, Cade, I will love you for all eternity. And he goes, no! And she vanishes. And I cried. I cried at that moment.
I cried. I cried as well. It was very emotional.
And then we get the same scene of like the Earth with like a light over it, and he's talking, his voiceover, and he does actually mention the metaverse. He says the metaverse, and I was like,
yeah.
And then I did the Leonardo DiCaprio pointing.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck?
I just thought the globe thing was the Universal, like his Breen Universal Studios thing, when the movie, because it happened at the beginning as well, but just turns out it was a very expensive shot of the globe, I guess.
It's just B-roll that he bought off the internet.
Oh, fair.
So right before then, he does the thing where he says, "I'll be right here," and like touches his heart.
I love that bit. It's so good.
He'll be right inside of his own heart.
He's inside all of us, Simon.
Neil Breen is inside all of us.
He's inside you. Right now.
No! Get him out! Get him out!
Right now. He touches all of our hearts with his
power and love.
And yeah.
So now we have the credits. The credits roll, and it says, written, directed, and produced by Neil Breen. Cast, Neil Breen. Neil Breen. Music director, Neil Breen. Editor, Neil Breen. Cinematographer, director of photography, Neil Breen. Sound editor, Neil Breen. Production manager, Neil Breen. And there's a bunch of these companies that are listed. And then it says, any of the above listed companies in the credits with an N or B in their name are associated with Neil Breen Films, LLC.
Oh.
So that means casting, which is Casting N Entertainment, set design, wardrobe, pops, Cine N collaboration, lighting design, Lighting N Films, special effects, N&J Digital Studio, stunt coordinator and aerial rigging, Action NG Group, special Mac-up effects, the BNB Effects Studio, locations, BB Location Management, legal accounting administration, NNN Entertainment Partners, craft service, Eats N, Eats Film, makeup and hair, BNN Salon. They're all Neil Breen's companies.
Holy shit. So he genuinely is just like, he's a rich man. He's got loads of...
In total, 26 credits are Neil Breen and his companies.
What were you going to say, Bouphe?
That he actually put in there, no animals were harmed during the making of this motion picture.
Yeah.
And I was trying to think of a bit. Yeah, I was trying to think of a bit where there were any animals.
The fake rats.
That you would need to have that.
The dog on the beach.
The dog, of course.
The eagle, the dog,
on the beach.
the fake rat.
The cat figurines.
Yeah.
He does thank the eagle as well at some point, which is quite
Fucking
good.
eagle.
He
The
hugs
eagle's
him and he goes,
named.
thank you.
What is the name of the eagle?
I don't know.
You've taken all these
didn't take that-
screenshots of the credits.
I didn't take that picture. Well,
Not
no, I was literally
It's your
showing
camera.
screenshots that
It's
I've
your
got a
phone
camera.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
God.
Well, okay, we need to ask the questions. Our questions of the podcast, which is, was it a hit? You know, what was the budget and what was the box office?
Was it a hit or a flop?
Yeah.
Wow. Gee. So as you said before, he had a GoFundMe. He raised $7,000 on that. People online estimate that his film budget is between $20,000 and $50,000. Hard to tell. He doesn't make any of this information public. He is like a fully independent filmmaker, so he doesn't have to reveal any of this information. So we got no idea how much money he makes.
He would reveal
these
it if
movies.
it was like gonna stroke his ego. So it
He would have to reveal certain like financial documents, tax and stuff, but because he has all of these different companies,
yeah.
God only knows.
Well, yeah, like which company does this? Does his films actually fall under? Maybe it's just one elaborate, like, you know, tax avoidance scheme. You know, there's like some law in
Wow.
Nevada, and this is just one elaborate ploy.
Well, there's a theory.
There's a
a theory there.
So okay, it was probably. It's safe to say it was probably a flop.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's very. How can you even say that?
What?
He sells his
You're allowed
films
to-
for how much are these films? I mean, we all
I'm
bought
gonna-
them, but I just can't remember.
If I hop on over to one of his websites.
If it's more than like $9.99, I will be very angry.
The thing is, he makes a new website for each of his films
Dedication.
Christ.
as well.
Yeah. Don't
And you
Um,
have to fill in like a form to buy his
Yeah.
films.
Yeah, don't put it under like one
So-
website and then like make a separate tab for each of the films. No. Make a whole new
by-
website.
By the way, IMDb, some cad, some jokester, some prankster did say budget $5 estimated.
Oh my
some
goodness!
little joker.
I'm
put that.
looking at on his filmography. Let me just. I will send you this website. By the way,
Oh my
it's
God.
neilbreenfilmsllc.com. Filmography files twistedpair.html. Here are some theatre audience reviews and comments.
Oh,
500 people came to a single screening in Chicago. They loved it. Ovations.
There we go.
Whatever, dude.
Beautiful. The theatre was electric. Standing ovation. A visionary masterpiece. I was hooked. Amazing. It was the first time I ever gave a movie and ovation in a theatre. It keeps going on about the ovations.
it's an ovation, not and ovation.
Yeah, I
think
but
I know.
he typed in and. It says and.
I think
but-
he
Yeah.
gave a bunch of like addicts drugs and
The audience was ecstatic, inspiring, intrigued, fantastic. We all cheered.
no.
It's fucking
No, there's
amazing.
no way this is like these are people of sane and stable mind.
I don't know what the Neil Breen's films ranked. We've got here. Fateful Findings got 5 stars, but Pass Through Twisted Pair have got 1 and 1.5 stars respectively. I don't fucking know whether this is his own.
Oh yeah,
can't be him
there's
ranking.
like
It can't
His
be
own
his.
films.
Well, look, there's a Breenaverse. His house and his cars are in this.
of course.
Neil Breen's store. If we go to,
Oh, he doesn't have a big ego, does he? Neil Breen.
He's got Neil Breen 5films.com. Neilbreen-5films.com, and it's
Fucking
this is an even better
Christ.
website. I've got to tell you.
It's dog shit. It's so bad. It's the worst looking website I've ever seen in my life. Allow 3 to 4 weeks for delivery. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
So amazing. This is absolutely fucking incredible.
By now, international.
Fatefulfindings.biz.
$175. I'm sorry. For the 5-film set is $175.
Does that really surprise you?
Fucking hell.
What the hell? No, stop. Oh my god,
There's no way that this is a flop if he's selling it for that much.
Look at the
one. What? Right. Okay. So I went on to try and buy just one film, and it's $40.
You got to support independent filmmakers.
Like, this is on his
international.
Did you guys see this on his website? When you click other oddities, and it comes up with the competition
on his website.
Yes.
The competition. Oh, Tommy Wiseau. Oh, and the James Wynn, the Birdemic director.
What? Why is he like crediting Tommy Wiseau and?
Because they're both cult independent filmmakers.
That's not his website.
Yeah, no, it's Neil Breen Films though. That's
Neil Breen Films LLC.com is not his website.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it is.
I don't know. It's got Breenaverse. It's got a link to the Breenaverse. Do you think the man, the myth, the movies? It probably is. It's his, definitely.
It's got the Neil.
But then he's got Neil Breen 5 films as well.
I think these are just all his different websites because he's got like a store as well.
He's probably spending a fucking shit ton on
domains,
hosting. Yeah.
Oh my god, he's paying some guy like $50,000 for each website.
Oh my!
Trivia: the word detective is misspelled twice during the end credits. There we are. That's the only piece of trivia that's on IMDb. Just get that out there.
Well, right, okay. I don't think this is his fucking website because under gallery it says the many looks of a world-class actor. If only he had been born in England, he would be a sir.
That sounds like it's stroking his ego. So
maybe it's a fan one.
No,
I
Neil can't believe Jim committed suicide. After all, Jim had never successfully committed suicide before.
I can't believe you've done this. I can't believe you committed suicide. I can't believe you've done this.
It's so good.
Scene.
I think it's his website. It says contact Neil.
I don't think this is his fucking website. Yeah,
I don't think it is anymore.
His contact information is everywhere. You can definitely. There's Neil. One of the pictures is captioned "Neil channeling ET." You really think that he would do that to himself?
He wouldn't do that to himself, G.
I don't know.
Neil hates writing, but he's still the best. He's so good that he has to write.
Maybe we need to like put this to the listeners. We need to tell them what the website is, and we need to do some digging. I need to know if this is his website because I'm convinced that it is.
Just look up the who is, and if the company has an N or a B in the name, it's his.
Yeah, it says 2022 NBFL. So NBFL. So there you go. Maybe it is his.
Well, look at this website that I've posted there. This is just a mystery that's within a mystery. This seems like his proper website.
Well, yeah, but this is just for buying all 5 films at once.
Yeah, but you can also buy like them separately on each website.
Oh my god, yeah.
I just
twisted-pair-film.com.
Twisted Pair for international shipping is $41, and it's $30 just for US.
Double Down and I Am Here Now. You can't buy separately now. If you want to watch those, you're going to have to buy the 5-set retrospective for $175.
That's worth it to keep this man
100%.
making films. He's
100%.
so happy.
Yeah, on that website, that smile.
Oh yeah, I just looked at his Twitter. It says to order my 3 prior films, go to twistedpairfilm.com and scroll down to the bottom of the page. Oh my!
He follows me on Twitter.
Stop!
Oh Jesus Christ! Are you going to DM him something?
No.
Go on, I dare you.
I'm not DMing anything.
Just something nice.
Oh my god! I just noticed how many people he follows. Good grief!
I love you, Neil Breen.
I mean, yeah, but he follows me.
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to take it away from you.
You were verified.
I'm so sorry.
You were a verified account before Purge.
I was.
The Purge. All right. Well, I don't think it was a success, but we've missed our second question. video game? Can this be a video
Christ.
game? I'm going to go with no.
I mean, a video game where you're like a super-powered spy going into like labs and blowing things up could work very easily, right? It could even be like a Doom clone, right?
Right.
Neil Breen is Doom guy, like the old ones, and you're just going around blasting 4 guards that all come at you at once, and then you just leap away from them, and they're never seen again.
Yeah. I guess could work.
And the boss is Kuz with his
fairy.
Is it were the cat figurines like the Bond villain having a white cat? Is that what he was trying to do?
I don't think so. I think that was something else.
Is that on Wikipedia?
That's his Wikipedia picture. I implore all listeners to look at his Wikipedia picture.
That is wonderful.
One where his eyes are closed. He's mid-speech.
Fucking beautiful. I love it. What do you think? Do you think it'd be a good film?
What?
Good film, a good game?
I've got to show you. I clicked on the picture, and it says Neil Breen pictured outside of an LA film festival with local boob.
Oh.
Local boob.
I don't know what it fucking means.
That's not the craziest thing that we've...
I looked up the
today.
I don't know what any of this.
I looked up the 3 cats and what could they possibly mean. And someone says 3 cats: Kale, Cade, and Koos. Think about it.
Oh my fucking god!
And then
my mind's blown.
Someone else said it's a metaphor. It's representing Cade, Kale, and the idea of justice. Both our main characters are fighting for justice by any means necessary, so that connects them to justice. And they're already intertwined due to being twins.
That's very deep.
I wish I was as like smart as these two. Holy shit. All right.
Should we give our ratings and
yeah.
Bouphe?
Hell yeah. All right, let me just get my letterboxed up because I did rate this. I think out of 10. Let's see. What did I? Well, I gave this 1.5 stars out of 5.
Okay.
That's the same that Neil Breen gave it. Oh wait, that wasn't his website. That was okay.
But I like this film. It's fucking stupid. It's great.
So 3 out of 10.
Yeah.
You like this film?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. G?
It's getting a 0 from me.
0 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna entertain an actual rating. It doesn't deserve it.
I am shocked.
Really?
I am shocked.
You're actually
no, not at all.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's a 0. It's just, I mean, yeah, it's like everyone likes, like The Room and like these types of films because they're trying to be something that they're not, but it's just so bad. Porn acting is better than like majority of the acting in this. It's like, when there's groups in like towns in America or whatever, and they come together and they like make movies and they film stuff or like improv groups. That's what this film just reminds me of. Just like small actors in small towns and
amateur.
Yeah, amateur.
Dramatic,
very amateur.
kind of.
Very amateur. And then you've got Neil Breen, who was told by his mom that he's a special guy and that he's born to do great things.
No, it was the aliens that... I wonder if he has a story where he was abducted by aliens.
Well, a lot of his films center around him being special.
Yeah.
And
messianic.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that sets him apart from everybody else. There's always an underlying theme.
Well, I saw another plot to one of his other ones where I read the synopsis very briefly, and it's again AI. So I think parents should stop telling their kids that they're special because...
Oh my god.
I mean, it's true. Like, you have crazy maniacs like Neil Breen who was told he was special, and this is the result.
I think he is special.
Yeah, in all the
He
wrong
is.
ways.
Yeah.
Didn't this bring you some kind of fulfillment in some way? You laughed, you were confused.
The only time I
felt
laughed
things.
was
Three for a loop.
when that video I sent you guys, where she says, "I'll see you back at headquarters." I broke down for like about 10 minutes before I could actually continue the movie. So
Where her face goes all fucked up because
yeah, the player like was fucked up or something.
yeah, that wasn't a Neil Breen thing.
No.
That was.
But yeah, it's a 0 out of 10 from me. I told you my reviews are pretty scathing. So, Simon, what about you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've watched lots of Neil Breen clips and people reviewing him, Red Letter Media and Your Movie Sucks in particular.
Mhm.
And you know, I thought I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't. I was wrong. You know, the start is a little bit slow, the voiceover and B-roll, but then as soon as it gets to like explosions and stuff, I was having the time of my life. I was laughing my ass off, and then I realized that isn't the whole film. He's trying to tell a story and telling it about as incompetently as it could possibly be told. The man has no talent at anything that he does.
Yeah.
And I really stopped having fun for the next hour and 15 minutes of watching it. I would give it a 1 out of 10 because I did have some laughs at the start. But I was enduring this film. I wasn't enjoying, I was enduring it.
Which was harder to get through, though? This or Heat?
Don't you dare.
Heat.
Don't you
I
fucking
enjoyed
dare,
Heat. I really enjoyed Heat. It had its stupid bits that should have just been...
He gave that an 8.5 out of 10. Come on.
I really enjoyed it. This is dog shit. Absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
I don't think it has any redeeming qualities other than laughing at it.
Yeah.
Which is why he has some infamy.
Yeah.
1 out of 10.
Okay.
Dog shit.
Okie doke.
Stick to watching people's reviews or listening to podcasts about Neil Breen. Watch clips. Don't even try watching the whole film. It will not be fun, is my recommendation.
Yeah. Unless you're Bouphe.
Unless
Who's
you're me.
watched it three times.
3 times! 3 times!
And I'm itching to watch the rest of them as well.
She needed 6 attempts to watch Heat, but yet willingly and happily sat through Twisted Pair 3
Bouphe,
times.
I giggled away.
Are you looking forward to Cade the Tortured Crossing?
I am. I'm a little dubious because now he's got this sort of infamy surrounding him, and I don't want it to sort of spoil his works.
I think he's so fucking deluded that we don't even have to worry about that.
Maybe. I enjoy his films in a weird, sick way. You know?
Right, in a masochistic way.
In a masochistic way.
Yeah.
That, you know, I know what I'm getting into every time, and it's just laughing at it and how the ridiculousness of it. You can only watch it every few years before you think.
And I guess the good thing about a Neil Breen movie is you don't need a safe word. You can just hit the stop button, close down the player, and...
Like, I'm never going to watch Heat again, but I will watch Twisted Pair again at some point.
You're going to watch it a 4th time?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I'm going to watch Neil Breen films.
I can't.
Like, for the rest of my life, but I think, like... I've had enough
What's your
Heat.
trauma? Can I ask? What's your fucking trauma, Bouphe?
I just have a different kind of enjoyment in terms of what I enjoy in films.
I know you like wacky and like, quirky sort of old school 80s type films, but this...
It's quite out there, isn't it?
This is something.
It's a slog to get through.
I never in a million years thought that I would respect The Room. Like, ever. I never thought I'd see the day where I go, there's something out there that's actually worse than The Room. But...
Oh, there's loads. There is so many.
Yeah.
And they don't even have this sort of funniness about it. They have certain redeeming qualities, but they're even worse than this. That have become...
just infamous.
Like, feature films.
Ugh.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Like Amazon Prime is littered with these kinds of films, actually, now that you mention it. Like, you've got these really very obscure, like, Z-list, low-rent movies on Amazon. Like, I remember looking one day and it's just... I don't think it's very difficult to get a movie on Amazon Prime. I would just say that. It's like getting your game on Steam. There's no green light anymore.
Yeah, you can... You can just put it up there. You can just publish it.
Yeah.
Are we done talking about this shit?
Let's roll the dice.
Well, first of all, have you made any changes to your lists?
Nope.
But I'm supposed to replace one,
Please.
right?
Yeah,
I'm begging you, do not.
But it doesn't matter because it's not going to be a Bouphe film.
It's not going to be a Bouphe film this week.
Yeah.
Because it would be 3 in a row, and we're not allowing that.
Yeah.
So
We've got our house rules.
Would you like me to replace it on my list anyway?
Yeah, no.
Today?
You should replace it anyway.
Have a think about it. Yeah, have a think about it. You don't have to add something now. Just think about it.
He's just dreading you putting Neil Breen.
I swear to fucking
I'm
God.
not going to put Neil Breen on.
I swear to God, I'm going to lose
so
my shit.
I have so many that I was thinking about putting on the list. So it's been a tricky one. But I think I will add The Greasy Strangler.
Oh, Jesus Christ, okay.
Why do you react like that? Why do you react like that? What is
Jesus. Gee.
What?
Oh my God, I don't know if she's got the strength to watch it.
I don't think she can. Listen, we're testing each other, me and G.
Yeah, testing each other's limits.
Oh my God.
No safe words. I have changed the horror movie from Cairo to Extro.
Oh, yeah.
I knew Bouphe would like that. That was a
I
Bouphe
fucking love that
pick.
film.
So
That's
Extro.
like one of my favourite films.
There we go. And I've changed the thriller that I had, which was I had a documentary, Killer Legends. I'm just going to watch that. It looks like it's not great.
I'll probably watch that too.
I've replaced that with a thriller, Dead Again, the 90s Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson movie about past lives and stuff.
Ooh, Robin Williams. Oh, Andy Garcia.
Great cast.
This looks good.
So I'm hoping we get a Simon. This week.
I'd love a Simon pick. I would really love.
Oh my God, the cover of this film looks insane. I love it. This looks great. All right.
Is your list the same, G?
I'm sticking with my guns.
Okay.
Sticking to my guns.
Right. I'll load up. I'll load it up. So first we roll to see what number on the list. So a D6 to determine what number on mine and G's lists. Oh God. Okay. 5, which means it will be Galaxina or The Prestige.
Ooh.
Good. That's good.
Yep.
Okay, so should we go odd number Simon, even number G?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So odd Simon, even is G.
Oh,
It's me.
It's Simon.
It's Galaxina.
It's
We're gonna
Galaxina.
watch Galaxina. With the Playboy Playmate?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It's on YouTube as well. I don't think anyone is fighting over the rights of this film.
No.
I am slightly worried because I don't think this is going to be a good film.
No, it's got a 3.6 out of 10 and a 17% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. So...
Feels a little bit bad. It's definitely the worst film on my list, I think. But I thought it would be fun, and I thought Bouphe would enjoy it. Gee, I'm so sorry.
G is really going through it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that you have to do this.
Yeah, this will be... I like how it says people also search for, when you look up Galaxina, it's got Interstellar at the bottom. That doesn't make any sense.
They're sci-fi movies.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Makes perfect sense. Okay. Galaxina. Oh my god. Okay. This is a deep cut.
I like it.
Do I regret having it on the list? Yes. But also, oh my god.
I look at the Wikipedia and the immediate thing it says, Galaxina is a low budget.
Yeah.
Like just right off the bat, low budget.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is good.
Everything is fine, smile.
It should be quite light watching, though.
Oh, it's 95-minute runtime, so it's...
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be taking 4 pages of notes for this one. But who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows? Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Thank you for listening to us. Please support us on a Patreon, which is probably available.
Patreon.com/YOMP.
No.
Okay, never mind.
That's someone else.
Never mind. I can cut that out.
YOMPcast. We couldn't get Yomp.
Okay.
That's someone else. That's some other dude.
My bad.
Don't give him money.
Yeah.
Give us money instead. Yeah, fuck it. Okay, that's it. That's the end.
Bye!
That's the end. Bye!
Hello, quick little note from your girl, G-Star. And talking on behalf of Simon and Bouphe, we are here to say thank you to our executive producers, our Giga Yompers who support us at the highest tier on the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you very much to Kara Jackson, Scott587, Kyle, Cornelius Vander, Luck33, Enki13, and I'm a Robot. Much love, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.